So I'm gonna turn on my uh, Windows Server 2022 and also Windows 10. So one of the things that so far you should learn is virtualization on the VMware and also how to make a network. Let me customize this network. Like I'm gonna put this one as customized network. You see that some of them are available here. For example, I'm gonna set as VMnet 19, this one, okay? And so that's because I want to test it with DHCP. I'm gonna put the Windows 10 also under VMnet 19. Then I make sure that both of them are in the same network. So I log into Windows Server, enter the ABC at 1234 password. So now this server manager will show up here. This server manager, you can manage the server and click at rows, next, next, and here actually show up the IP address that you have. But before setting this one, you should make sure what type of a range of IP address you want to set for your network adapter. Like I'm doing this shortcut ncpa.cpl here, and then going to properties, IPv4. This is my server IP address. I put it as 192.168 10, for example, 1. Okay, so 10.1, 255.255. I don't want to reach to the internet. I don't have a DNS also. So you see that the network is down. There's a custom network. So I put only as 192.168.10. So then you can continue because you know that the range of a network is 192.168.10, 0/24. And through the services, we have one service, DHCP server. Add role feature. It says that, okay, do you want to set this one? There is no static IP address. I'm saying, okay, continue. I set that one. Next, next, and then install this feature. Once you install the DHCP server, usually it will ask you to confirm your administrator. So it will happen after this step. So it will show up like a warning, but if you miss that warning, then your DHCP doesn't work. So I'm just waiting for this step. Look, it succeed, but look at here. On background, there is like a warning message in background. So I'm gonna click here. This is post-deployment configuration of the DHCP. So you should complete this post-deployment. So it's saying that, okay, the following step will be performed to complete the configuration, DHCP administrator and DHCP users. Okay, I will commit that one, done. Now your DHCP will be enabled. So look on the left side, you have DHCP. And if you right click here, DHCP manager, you're able to see the DHCP server. Usually, well, once you connect to the DHCP server, you see that green check mark. That means that your DHCP is enabled. If it is like a question mark or something else, that means DHCP server is down. And then you should go troubleshoot what the issue is. So here, I'm going to create new scope. That scope is a range of IP address that I want to assign. Next, so I'll call it my local network. Next, and then here a starting point, endpoint. So let's say 192.168. Because the IP address of the server is 192.168.10.1, so my network IP is 192.168.10. And I can start from, for example, 10.10 to 192.168. let's say 1020, 10 IP addresses. You see that you can set the subnet mask here. So I put it as 255.255.255.0. That's okay. Next. Here is the exclusion. Let's say between 10 and 20, you want to exclude some IP addresses like 12, 13. You have a printer and you don't want to be part of the DHCP, and then you put the here at the exclusion. I don't have an exclusion, I just click next. So the IP address that's DHCP usually giving you is the lease IP address. So it's giving you for 8 days by default. After 8 days, it will assign to another PC. Do you want to configure it now, your DHCP? Yes, I want to configure it now. So here is asking for the router. So let's say you have a router in the network and the router IP address is 192.168, for example, 10.1. And then you add that one. Router, modem, they are this. This default gateway actually, it will reach your PC to the internet. So without gateway, you cannot reach to the internet. Next, DNS. So usually if you have a DNS, you can put the DNS server here. Let's say I put the DNS server as 192.168.10.1, and I can add another DNS server like 8.8.8.8. It says that I cannot resolve that one. Like I can add the DNS server. 8.8.8.8 is, or 4.224 is the Google DNS servers. So I can put these ones here. I just sample like how you can add a DNS server here. Win service, we don't have win service, so that's for NetBIOS to get the query. Um, I click on next. Do you want to activate it? Yes. I'm finished. Look, now I create a scope here. And this Windows 10 is part of the network, right? So let's go to network adapter. You can go from here, but I usually use this shortcut, ncpa.cpl. Immediately you will see the network adapter. So look at the IP address. I don't have an IP address here, so I'm disabling this one, enabling to see that I receive an IP address or not. So look, I got the IP address, first IP address, 192.168. It's saying that is from DHCP, 192.168.10.10. The gateway I put as 10.1, right? I also put the DNS as 10.1.8.8.8.8. So you show up here. So you see that 1, 2, 3, 4 records, it will set only by this one. If I have a multiple bunch of operating system, all of them, they receive an IP address from DHCP. You can verify from here also. Look, address leads to this one. And if you want to reserve this IP address, that means that every time that you're going after 8 days or passing after that 8, so this Windows 10 always have this IP address 192.168.10.10. So the list of leases usually is going to be under here. If you want to change your, for example, router or DNS IP address, usually is under scope options. There are many options here. So like if you want to set the NTP, name servers, log servers, a bunch of items are here that you can find it. Or if you have a VoIP configuration, you can put it under server option.